Hi, I'm Nikki,
I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Jamie.
and this is America's Asses, a galcast. Hey, the final episode of WandaVision.
No pressure.
WandaVision. 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 It was a great series, ladies.
Oh my God, it was the best.
You know, I'm kind of glad. Oh, by the way, welcome to America's Asses, an MCU-centric podcast by women for everybody. Right, ladies?
Absolutely.
Yep. I can't say absolutely because you say it. So I don't want to say the same thing.
Yep.
Yep.
Did you ever watch Storage Wars?
Yep.
Yep.
My dad is obsessed with like shows like that and American Pickers. And
Yeah.
I love American Pickers.
I do too.
I actually know someone who does like Storage Wars. He buys storage lockers.
Really?
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
Listen, it's Brittany's friend, James.
The one who his wife passed away?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Oh.
That's cool. Does he make
Dad's-
money?
Yeah.
Really?
And it takes such a long time, though. I mean, you have to do the research and you have to like find the right place to sell it to where you're going to make the money.
Like, does he have a
So-
shop or anything?
He built like a ginormo garage, like
Wow.
like a 2-story
Oh, wow.
garage.
Wow. Holy moly.
I know, like, some of the people on there, like, they have their own stores. So, like, they sell the stuff that they find.
Yeah.
Dad's been watching American Restoration.
I love that show.
But it's like it wasn't on that long, so now like we've been seeing like the same episodes. I was like, I've seen this, not
Like,
seen it because I'm working and he has
you
it on
hear
in the
it, yeah.
family room, but I'm like, I've already heard this episode like 3 times already. I know what happens.
You're like, how many times do I have to see this toy tractor be restored? How many
Exactly.
times?
Exactly.
Okay.
Like, well, at least I'd rather watch that, listen to that than
Fox News.
well, yeah, that. No, Pawn Stars. I'm getting really annoyed with them.
Oh,
His
yeah.
laugh is annoying me.
I have a couple issues about Pawn Stars.
I liked it like in the beginning, but now I'm just
Yeah.
like, I'm really just annoyed by it. Like, can you watch Pickers or something else?
I
don't
like
wanna
American
listen to that.
Pickers.
I do
I
too.
think it all comes down to like the people in the show, how relatable they are, right?
Mhm.
Like that's
Yeah.
why I don't like Pawn Stars, because they act like they're all high and mighty, you know? And they know that they have the upper hand as soon as these
Right.
people walk in, and they're like, come on, guy. And then
Best I
they
can
add
do.
best I could do. And they just seem very stuck up.
Yeah.
Or-
And I read that they already have a price negotiated before they even film it.
Oh, well, yeah, none of that. Let me tell you, none of that is, quote, reality. None of it is. It's all
It's all scripted.
bullshit. Yeah, it's all
Mhm.
bullshit. You want to get started?
Sure.
All right.
All right. So no pressure, ladies. This is the very last episode 9 of WandaVision.
And it says the title is the series final. So you were right.
Yeah.
It
Yep.
is-
Series finale.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all they wrote.
Yeah.
So in true WandaVision fashion, things pick up right where episode 8 left off, which was a cliffhanger, with Wanda facing down Agatha, who has both Tommy and Billy tied up on a leash. The first of many amazing fights in
Right?
the short 40-ish minutes of the episode. Reveals what Agatha's ultimate goal is. Now that she discovered at the end of episode 8 that Wanda is the Scarlet Witch, she wants to suck away Wanda's powers for herself, as she is someone who knows what to do with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, throwing shade
Whatever.
for someone who literally had no training, and it just comes naturally for her.
Right.
So
That's why, because she's been doing it all these years, and
yeah,
it's like, well, what the hell? I've been doing this for
I've had to
400 years.
I've had to work hard at this.
Right, and bitch can just do it by herself. I don't think so.
Right, effortless. She's jealous.
Yep.
So every time Wanda strikes, Agatha absorbs that piece of her chaos magic, and we see a little piece of Wanda die. Her hand starts to turn black, almost like it's, losing blood, and what you typically see in like amputee patients, like your limb is dying.
Right.
But Wanda uses her her magic, and she uses it to free Billy and Tommy, and she leaves Agatha a little bit more powerful each time, because like I said, Agatha is absorbing her magic, which is literally the Yo Magic commercial.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Yes. You know why Agatha's fingers are black? Because in folklore, witches' fingers are black.
Oh, really?
Like,
Really?
Yeah, in folklore. And I kind of, it was in, it just said folklore. And then I looked it up, and sure as shit, it was right. But it didn't say if it was like English
black
folklore
magic or
no, just witches in general.
in
So
general.
it's probably, so witches are mainly in like Irish folklore and Scottish folklore. So maybe it's from there. I don't know. But yeah, it's true.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Yep.
Ding.
So Agatha makes Wanda an offer. Give up her power, and in exchange, Wanda can keep Westview for herself. Because this is where Wanda's created her family. She's settled down with her husband, and she's made her children. So
Yeah.
that is Agatha's offer. And Agatha kind of puts her guard down, because she's thinking that Wanda's contemplating this offer, but in response, Wanda just chucks a car at her.
Oh.
And it smashes into a house, and all you see are Agatha's like gothy boots sticking out from under the car, which is, like the Wicked Witch of the East, which is funny.
Yep.
And your little dog too. Oh, she took her little dog.
She did already.
Yeah. She did that. This is the second nod to Wizard of Oz.
Right.
Third, because she dressed. Oh no, because she was a witch. Never mind. Halloween. Would you say that would be a nod? Her being a witch? It's just because she was a witch.
Well, right. We didn't know. But yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we see White Vision arriving at the end of episode 8. We saw him with Hayward. So we see White Vision arriving, and he has his directive from, Director Douche over at Sword.
Right.
And that directive is to take Wanda out, just like he tried to do with the drone.
Right.
So when I was looking up this scene, I actually saw that Wanda meeting White Vision is a moment that is directly taken from the comics, Avengers West Coast issue number 45.
All right.
In that comic, Wanda meets White Vision, and although he knows her name, she immediately learns that he doesn't have an emotional connection to her anymore, which we know White Vision does not. So that was a little cool piece of info.
It's so heartbreaking, Imagine seeing Little Big or Mr. Big or Chris Evans and just them not recognizing you, like you never even existed. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's got to be rough.
That would be rough. Yeah.
Fortunately, though, this is going to be confusing. So fortunately, the color version of Vision, God, say that 10 times fast. I've been hit with all the tongue twisters.
You know what?
The color version of Vision.
I just stick to White Vision and Vision. We get it.
Okay.
Don't worry. Yeah, just White Vision and Vision.
Yeah.
Okay, so here on out, it's just going to be Vision and White Vision.
Okay.
'Cause I ain't saying that bullshit anymore.
We get it.
Okay, cool. So fortunately, Vision comes just in time to tackle his doppelganger. And this all happens while Agatha taunts Wanda from the sidelines about how awkward it is to see your ex and your boyfriend together at the same party.
When they're like the same person too.
Oh,
It's so funny. She has like the best one-liners though.
Yeah.
man. Yeah, she does. Well, she's funny to begin with. Have you ever seen her in Bad Moms?
Yes. I love that movie.
I can watch that movie all day long. I want to be in their friend group.
I do
Yes.
too. Okay,
I
so out of
relate
the
so
three,
hard.
out of the three, Alyssa is you are Mila Kunis, right? Is that her
Okay.
name? No,
Yeah.
Jamie. No, Jamie is Mila Kunis. You, Alyssa,
I'm Kiki.
You are
You are-
Kiki.
you are Kiki,
Yeah.
and I'm the horn dog.
Yeah.
I mean, the shit right.
It's only fitting.
Did you right?
It's only fitting.
Considering Monday's episode recording.
Oh my
Right?
god. Oh, by the time people
Like
listen
that, though.
to
I
this,
feel
they'll
like
know.
I like that every once in a while we'll do something like that because I feel like it's like a behind the scenes, but they really kind of get to know our personalities, not just from like
Yeah.
our banter throughout our episode.
This is
Right.
really who we are.
Right. Fucking horn
So
dog.
if you need, to reference anything, that would be Nikki is Catherine Hahn in Bad Mom.
Bad Mom.
I'm Kristen Bell and Jamie is Mila Kunis.
There you go. Hey, at least we're hot. Right?
Right?
Yeah.
At least we're all hot.
Absolutely.
All right, where do we
normal.
leave off? We're at White Vision.
Yes. I just got done saying that Agatha taunts Wanda about how it's awkward to see your ex and your boyfriend together at the same party.
That's
Oh yeah,
where
then we got into one-liners.
Yeah. Well, it's so easy to, get off track. So Wanda and her husband, Vision, are united and their objective is to fight for their home.
Wait, did you get to where Wanda met White Vision?
Yeah.
I have a tidbit.
Oh, go for it.
Sorry, I missed it.
No, it's okay.
So when Wanda walks up to White Vision and she's like, wow, Vision, and realizes when he puts his hands on her head and he starts crushing her head,
Mm-hmm.
it's how Vision tried to crush Ultron's head.
Yes.
Right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just not necessarily a tidbit, an observation.
No,
So-
I like it because I did more of a generalization of that encounter, but I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then how big are Paul Bettany's hands? You see his fucking hand completely
Ginormo.
enveloped.
He's a big
Yeah.
guy.
He's
Tall.
he's got big hands. You know what they say about guys with big hands?
And big
Yep.
feet.
They got big feet and they wear big shoes and they have big gloves.
That means they have big socks.
Big socks.
Oh my god.
Seriously, it's like he could palm a basketball.
Jamie can.
So can I.
Well, if you had a dick, you'd be famous. Okay.
Sign me up.
It's already 10 o'clock and we got this long. I'm going to stop now.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Fuck.
While Wanda and Vision decide that they are going to fight for their home, we see that Monica is watching all this happening after being nabbed in the previous episode by Pietro, because Snoop is going to snoop.
Fake Pietro.
Fake Pietro, otherwise known as Pietro.
Yes.
And then it cuts to outside of Westview, and with our boy Jimmy Woo, who
Oh,
is seen in handcuffs. But he's very resourceful.
He is.
Not only does he manage to swipe a cell phone while being handcuffed, he also makes off with a paperclip.
right.
And he ends up using the paperclip to pick the lock and free himself. And when he does, he goes, flourish.
Flourish. That's awesome.
It's all
Flourish.
Right?
it's all the close-up hand magic that he's been practicing.
Right?
That, and it is also exactly what Vision said during the magic show in episode 2.
Flourish.
Get out. Look
Yeah.
at you. That's awesome.
And his drunken gum lodged in his gears.
Right.
It
So
feels like so long ago. I'm sorry.
Right?
It
Well,
does.
it kind of was.
Yeah.
I mean, here
Yeah.
we're recording on April 8th. So it ended a good month ago.
Mhm.
So it was a good 2.5
months.
months.
months
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
But still.
Yeah.
Once Jimmy has escaped, he calls an FBI agent named Cliff, and he calls him in to stop Director Hayward because he knows that Hayward is going to be going down a very tumultuous road of trying to take down Wanda and Vision. And then we see in the town square that Agatha is taunting Wanda about how there's a whole chapter about her in the Darkhold, which is the magical book of the damned that we saw before in Agatha's lair. She
Right.
then goes on to say some very crazy stuff about Wanda's place in it. She makes mention that the Scarlet Witch is not made, that she's forged, and she has no coven, no need for incarnation. And she says that her power exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme, and it's your destiny to destroy the world.
Yes.
Ah.
Oh my God. So basically she's telling Wanda she is the strongest person or the strongest being in the
yeah.
in the galaxy, in the universe.
Mhm.
She's stronger than
This is-
Doctor Strange.
Yeah. So this will definitely be leading up to her being in Doctor Strange too.
Well, right, because since the Ancient One died in Doctor Strange, Earth is currently
Right.
without a Sorcerer Supreme.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
I have a feeling Wanda might be stepping into that.
Right.
Didn't they
Well,
say he wasn't ready for it yet?
Mm-hmm.
right.
Doctor
Yes.
Strange. Yeah.
He's not ready for it. So, question, will Wanda and Doctor Strange be foes or frenemies or friends in the multiverse of madness? That's the question. Something to throw out there.
Be
Something to keep in
interesting.
the back of our mind.
When we rent a whole movie theater so we could watch it with our friends.
We're going to do it.
Yes.
We are going to do it because when does it come out?
Not sure.
Let's see here. Let's look it up.
2022.
2022. Okay.
Yeah.
They were filming in November in
Yeah,
England,
it's the sequel to the 2016.
and it's coming out in 2022.
Yeah, that's 6 years later. Jeez.
Wow.
Yikes.
Wow.
Well,
I mean, Caddyshack 2 came out 25 years later, but I'm joking. I don't know when it came
Oh
out,
my God.
and that's a terrible movie. It's a terrible movie. Oh,
I've never seen the second one.
Second one is terrible. First one is virtually a perfect comedy. It's such a good movie. One of my favorite movies. Second one, don't bother.
March 25th.
Of 22.
Yeah.
Oh,
Of
we'll
2022.
definitely be over the pandemic by then. But then Black Widow
so.
comes out in July, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's coming out on Disney. I think we have to pay for it.
I think so.
Yeah, I'll buy it. And then we can just all watch together. And then No Way Home comes out. Like, we're not gonna go through this.
There's so much going on.
There's so
I love
many.
it.
Yeah.
All right. Agatha, we see that Agatha has a very clever twist up her sleeve. She plans on weaponizing the mind-controlled citizens of Westview and turning them against Wanda by removing their mind control.
Yes.
And when she does it, Dottie, who, oh my God, we've painted her as a villain this entire time, like
Right.
episode 1 through
Ugh.
8.
Yeah.
Dottie
Poor-
pleads with Wanda to write her child into the show so that she can see her again.
Oh, poor. Her name's Sarah.
Oh, yeah,
Poor
Sarah.
Yeah.
Sarah. She's not Mephisto.
Nope.
It was all a smoke screen.
Yeah.
But we know where all the children have been.
In their rooms.
Yeah, in their
Yeah.
rooms asleep this whole time.
Which is sad.
Yeah. But at least we got one answer.
Yep.
To our question.
Where are the children? There they
Yeah.
are in their rooms.
Yep.
One of
asleep.
us said that in one of the, I don't know who said it, but one of us said that they're probably just stuck in their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that idea. But yeah, so
At least
Like-
they're safe.
and then it cuts to Pietro again, and he is talking to Monica, and he calls Agatha his missus. Oh God, it just like gave me like the heebie-jeebies when he did that. Like he's just so skeevy. And then we see a bill that is addressed to Ralph. So Pietro is Ralph, and Agatha has been controlling him all
Ralph.
along.
Not just Ralph Boner.
Boner.
So think about it.
After all that, and then it just shows that.
They brought back a major actor to portray that character that he's known for. They just did all this build up for a fucking dick joke.
Yep.
Yep.
They got me good. They got me real good.
I mean, I feel like already in the first, 5-10 minutes, we've already gotten so many answers and so many loose ends that we've had,
Yep.
all along tied up already.
Yeah.
'Cause I know we were all like, well, who's Ralph? Is Ralph this? Or is Ralph Agatha's husband? Well, now we know.
Yeah. just one drawn out dick joke. That's what Ralph is.
Right. While we're in Pietro's room, I don't know if you ladies caught it, but we actually see a poster on the wall, and it says Davis number 19. And this could be a reference to Avengers issue number 19. And that issue features Quicksilver and Wanda, and puts them against future Hawkeye series villain, the Swordsman.
Oh,
So I don't know
Ooh.
if they're maybe setting something up for down the road.
probably.
I thought that was interesting.
That's awesome. That is interesting and something to note.
Yeah, it'll just be interesting to see if somewhere down the road that ever comes to fruition or not.
Mhm.
So on the piece of mail that is addressed to Ralph Boner, there is a zip code on the bill that reveals that zip code is located in Hunterdon County, New Jersey.
Mhm.
And that's where we learn that Ralph Boner is actually an out of work actor from Westview that Agatha has been controlling with her magical necklace. And
His puka
like I said,
shells.
oh my God. And we all, like I said, the entire time we all thought we'd never meet her husband. Like, what a twist. We didn't see that freaking coming.
Right.
Didn't see that
Man.
coming?
No,
So
I did
one-
not see that
no.
coming.
No.
Did you see that coming?
No. No, I'm just
Okay.
repeating what
I was like, no.
Quicksilver says in Age of Ultron. Didn't see that coming?
Oh,
You and your
See,
quotes. I
this-
love it.
you're so good at it.
She really is. She remembers it all.
That's because I watch it all the time whenever it's on TV.
I swear I'm waiting for my job. I don't know what my job is. You, Alyssa, are the quote person, and Jamie is the numbers gal. I'm just sitting over here
Laughing at farts.
laughing at farts, making rude and inappropriate comments.
No, you do the news. You do the Marvel news.
That's right. I love
There
doing
you
that.
go.
Marvel news.
Nobody can do that. I love it.
Yeah. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Did I do that right?
No,
Oh,
it was close, but no.
yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. See, I can't do that.
Okay. All right. I'm a newscaster. Okay.
You are the newscaster. You're broadcaster.
I'll put it on my resume.
Monica notices. You're laughing. Monica notices the necklace around his neck, and she manages to break the necklace, which is severing the literal tie around his neck and releasing him from Agatha's control. And then she just like books it. She's like, all right, peace. I'm going to go join the action outside.
Right.
And then that's it. We don't see him anymore.
Nope, he's gone.
You know, I had a revelation while watching this again today that you know how her eyes changes color? I did
Mhm.
not realize until today that the reason why her eyes change color is because she's absorbing whatever energy she's absorbing.
Yeah,
And
that's
the
her
color-
whole thing.
Yeah, I knew that, but I didn't connect the eye color to it. I was like, I'm an idiot. I felt like such an idiot.
No.
Hey, there's things that we watch, 3 times fold, and we
That's
don't,
exactly what I was getting ready to say.
Oh,
No,
we
let's
don't,
see.
we don't see it. So
3 times, 5 times. We've watched it a collective 7 times and we
Yes.
didn't catch it. So, let's not beat ourselves up. So we see Billy and Tommy are watching Vision and White Vision fight. Really?
what?
Little Big is playing video games also. And he just mutters, I don't know how to kill these guys. So I was like, really? And he's like, sorry. He forgot.
Is he playing Mr. Big? Are they playing each other?
No, he's playing
Mr. Big's
some-
playing soccer now.
Oh, he's playing Batman.
Really? DC can't play Marvel?
So he said he couldn't find any Marvel movie video games for the Xbox.
Lego. Tell him try Lego.
I'll tell him.
Mr. Big has the Lego ones. Tell him to try those.
I'll let him know.
Oh,
So Billy and Tommy are watching Vision and White Vision fight, and Billy senses that there's something wrong, and he says that they need to go. And we shoot back to the middle of town.
wait. I have a tidbit on that.
Go for it.
Ooh.
So when he sees what's happening, it's actually before we see it happen. Like it goes so fast. But if you like pause it, what he sees is what we're about to see.
Oh,
So like he sees it before we see it.
okay.
I did not pick that up. Good catch.
I read that. that wasn't me.
I have a little, I don't know if it's a tidbit or I don't know what. It's not necessarily a tidbit, but my initial question while watching it the first time was when White Vision went to go to regular Vision and pull out the Mind Stone.
Yes, just
Why
like
didn't-
Thanos did.
Okay, yes. But then real Vision disappeared, right?
Yeah,
He just disappeared and
he
went
goes
right
through them. Yeah,
He phased right through
Mhm.
him.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Why? And I'm thinking to myself, why the fuck didn't he do that with Thanos? And then, so of course, I had to go and look it up. And so I found that, real Vision was stabbed and he couldn't do it because
Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
he was stabbed. And
Yeah, he
do
couldn't
the
phase.
phasing. Mhm.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. I was gonna say probably had something to do with the stones, but yep, that's right.
Nope, he was
About
stabbed.
that.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, because then he saves Cap, and Cap's like, I told you to stay there. He's like, we don't trade lives.
All right, let's get to the crying, ladies. It's about to
Oh,
happen.
we're almost there. We're close.
I know. Oh gosh.
Everyone in the town square is awake per se. They're out of the mind control and they're pissed.
Mhm.
They're telling Wanda that, they at night they don't dream, that they have her nightmares.
Oh,
And she is genuinely shocked. Like, I feel like she didn't realize that everything she was doing was causing these people so much pain. And they're telling her that, like, her grief is poisoning them, which it is.
mhm.
Yeah, they'd
And-
rather just die than
Exactly.
have to live through the pain.
And, Mrs. Hart specifically, begs Wanda just to let them all die.
Yeah.
And Wanda is so overcome by everything that she loses it. And, you see like her red burst of magic, and it seems like everything is getting worse.
Mhm.
Like everybody in town is just like in anguish. And so she realizes what she's done, and she cracks open the barrier around Westview, and she's telling all the people, like, leave, go, get out of here. And while all that is happening, Agatha is, keeping it intact, keep attacking Wanda. And while all this is happening, Sword is also taking advantage of, the hex barrier being broken, and they come in to infiltrate so they can, take out their assault on Wanda. But in the same sense, having the barrier open is also starting to tear Vision, Billy, and Tommy apart, because we know that they can't exist outside of the hex. So they start to disintegrate.
I have a tidbit about that too.
Okay.
When her family is disintegrating, they're turning into thousands of Tetris boxes, very pixelated, and this is a callback to the House of M, and a little tip of the hat to their most famous cover of that series, where it depicts Wanda disintegrating into pixelated Tetris boxes.
Oh,
yep.
Did not know that.
Very interesting.
The more you know. Ding.
I love it. The more you know. So this is where we as watchers and viewers realize Agatha's point. She's making it a point to show Wanda, like, you can either save Westview or you could save your family. And right now, Wanda chooses to save her family, and she closes the hex up again. She then creates a force field to protect Vision, Billy, and Tommy from Agatha's power, which is a direct nod to one of the Scarlet Witch's many powers in the comic books. So again, since Wanda is showing a big exhibit of her power, Agatha is starting to absorb it again. And we see the Sword agents, Agatha and White Vision, surrounding, the entire Maximoff family. So we have Wanda, we have Vision, we have Billy and Tommy, and they're standing there ready to fight. So Vision decides that he's going to take on his doppelganger, and him and White Vision start going at it, and they go right into the local library, because it's another epic fight scene.
Yep.
And Agatha raises up the sword soldiers with her powers, and she goes to drop them, but Wanda keeps them from hitting the ground, which still shows her empathy and humanity. She's not as cold as Agatha, who's willing to just lift him up and then drop him right back down.
Yeah.
And then, Wanda really shows her maternal side, and she turns to her boys, which right now they're about 10, but they're really 4 days old.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
They seem so much older for 4-day-olds.
I forgot about that. Putting it in perspective.
And she turns to them and says, "Boys, handle the military. Mommy will be right back."
And they're like, "Okay."
Yeah, they're ready for it. They were born for this.
Yep.
So we see Billy and Tommy using their powers against Sword and all of their agents. But then things kind of take a scary turn when the soldiers start firing their guns. But fortunately, badass Monica arrives just in time to, show off her newly found superpowers, and she is able to make herself bulletproof and stop the bullets from hurting the kids. So,
but who's the one that is shooting at the kids?
Who do you think? Director Douche.
Oh, well, yeah.
Why is he shooting that? What the hell is wrong with him?
But we know he doesn't have a moral compass.
Obviously.
I was going to save this for questions for clarity, but because it's a perfect segue. Do you think this entire show is just setting him up to be the new big villain in another movie or another show or something?
I feel like we know he's a villain now, but I don't know that he has the ability to be a big villain, because I feel like
he's not one of the big three.
He's not one of the big three.
But I also feel like he doesn't hold the powers enough to be considered a big threat. He's just a douche.
Yeah.
I get it.
He's just an obstacle.
I get it, but there's just, I don't know. I just have a feeling that they're going to use him in either the Eternals, or he's coming back in some, is it the Eternals? Is that what they're?
It might be some, a low level villain.
Right.
But I don't think he's going to be the epicenter of any major movie.
He's not going to be a Zemo or an Ultron or something. Right.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I definitely could see him being back for something. So this is one of my favorite parts before we get to all the sad shit. So yeah, as Alyssa was saying, Director Douche is the one shooting at the kids. And then all of a sudden we see Darcy in her funnel cake truck like roll up in time to like slam into his Hummer. And she goes, "Have fun in prison."
I love that. It's like we don't see her at all during this episode, and then she just shows
Except
up
for that, right? And then she's gone again.
She finally, well, because it's basically part 2 of episode 8, right? Because it picked up right where it left off. So yeah, because you forget, because you have a whole week to live between those episodes.
Yeah,
right.
And you forget that it's taking place in time,
same day,
in real time.
Yeah. Back in the library, we see that Vision and White Vision are not so much battling hand to hand anymore. They're having more of like a philosophical battle with a classic, identity metaphysics question of the ship of Theseus, which is a thought experiment relevant to the respective situations that they're in right now, which is 2 recreations of the same entity. So Vision uses that opportunity to recreate the data that White Vision contains, and it opens up memories that cause White Vision to kind of like relent his attack. So we see Vision
kind of
restoring,
like humanizes him a little bit
exactly
more.
Like it's restoring his data, because we know that he was programmed, to do one,
gives him the emotion, the
job.
memories. Yeah,
right.
And it gives him the everything that Vision had. And that's when we see Vision restoring White Vision's memory and turning the arc reactor yellow and referencing the Mind Stone he never had. And then we get White Vision, finally declaring himself, saying, "I am Vision," instead of he kept referring to himself before as the Vision.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't catch that.
So that really was like his turn in this episode.
Right.
And that's also a nod for when Tony says, "I am Iron Man" in the first Iron Man movie.
Oh, okay.
And he's saying, "I am Vision."
I love that.
Nice. So we're gonna see him more, obviously.
Definitely.
Yeah, because he just flies off and we don't know where the hell he goes.
Yeah, he takes off, and then we see Vision rejoin Billy and Tommy. When he rejoins the boys, we see that Wanda takes Agatha back to Salem, and Agatha seems to be, back on the stake, and she is kind of grilling her, and then all of a sudden she flips the script, and it's Wanda on the stake, and she's being surrounded by all the other witches that we saw initially surrounding Agatha in one of the other episodes. 5? No,
6. No,
6, 7.
7.
Episode 7. Dear God, it's been so long. And all the other witches are calling her the Scarlet Witch. And all of a sudden,
that was episode 8. Sorry,
was that episode 8?
Yeah, because that was my episode.
Okay,
yes,
that was the last episode. When they're going through,
yes,
they go back in time.
Thank you for that clarification.
Yes,
it's just so hard to remember.
Yeah, no, I just remember because that was my recap.
So wait, that was the last episode that we did.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a week ago.
But a lot has happened, because we're not just solely focusing on WandaVision. We're also in conjunction. We're recording Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Right.
So there's a whole lot going on.
I'll tell you this much: this ain't ever happening again, ladies. I hope you agree with me.
Yes, agreed.
It's rough. It's
wholeheartedly agreed.
See, the things that we do to bring our
we do it for the people,
to you. Yeah.
To you, the listener.
For the people. To you, the people.
Why we love you. 3,000.
Exactly.
3,000.
while Wanda is on the stake, her power manifests into the classic headdress of the Scarlet Witch.
I love that.
It was really, really cool.
Oh my God. It was just like all of a sudden a little bit more appeared. She manifests the classic headdress that the Scarlet Witch is known for, which I was reading looks almost exactly like the Magneto helmet.
Oh,
I never realized that.
let me look at it.
Do it.
Let me look. Oh,
Ooh. I get it.
I get it. Because Magneto is really her dad, right?
Yeah.
Because I totally get it. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that a cool little...
Yes, it is. And here's all of his helmets. Awesome. Very good. I like that.
Wanda is finally able to break free from the stake, and she tackles Agnes, and she begins to hit Agatha with her power and is giving it to her. And it, in return, appears to be slowly killing Wanda even more, like we saw in the beginning of the episode where her hand, but like the life is draining from her body. Like you see, like her skin is darkening. You're seeing all of her veins and they look black.
Kind of like when she was sucking the magic out of the other witches.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, we're all sitting here thinking like, all right, this might be the end. But no. Wanda starts to heal, the color comes back to her, and she ends up thanking Agatha for the lesson, because Agatha is starting to realize like, oh shit, what is happening? So she's looking around as they're flying up in the sky, and she's noticing the runes. So Wanda thanks her for the lesson about the runes.
Because only the witch who casts the runes
can control the magic within it.
Exactly.
Oh my God, ladies, that was such a perfect soundbite. The way you guys...
We finish each other's sentences, you mean?
We finish each other's...
Sandwiches.
This is why I love you guys so much.
I love it.
You did like the evil stepmother or the evil queen's like cackle from Snow White. That was awesome.
Kind of like
I
that.
have many laughs. But when I start going and nothing comes out,
those are the best.
The ones when nothing comes out, that's when you need to worry and like get me my puffer, because I'm gonna have an asthma attack. I'll tell you.
Note to self. Got it.
We need to call Mr. Big and be like, hit her on the back, on her back to have her breathe.
Get this paper bag stat. Stat.
Maybe we need Mr. Big's number just in case.
No worries. I am CPR certified, ladies.
Not from here. Not from all the way over here.
I can walk you through it.
Bitch, I'm 30 miles away from you. What are you going to do for me?
That's why we need Mr. Big's number, so you could walk him through.
This is true.
Mr. Big is a first responder. I think he's got it handled.
This is also true.
We're good. We're good over here. I know. I love you guys. I know you guys got good intentions. I know. It's all good.
Yes, we do.
If I was living there, if I was living out by you, I'd be in safe hands.
We'd be all over it.
Yep.
Okay, so this scene is a nod to the comics in the fact that Agatha trains the Scarlet Witch and teaches her how to control her chaos magic. So she is using, what she was taught against the person who taught her. Mm-hmm. And Wanda doesn't need Agatha to tell her who she is, because Agatha is like trying to like tell her like, well, you, and she's like, I know who I am. And she's starting to channel all the power from Agatha, and she's absorbing it into herself. and turning
Oh.
into like full Scarlet Witch mode with, you know, the badass costume and all.
Mhm.
And
Which
Agatha. Oh, go ahead.
is what the cast, when you see her getting the, you know, gaining all the power, and you see the yellow light and you see her costume coming together, that is what she had seen in the last episode when she first saw, with what she had seen in the Mind Stone,
Yes.
Yes.
was like her future self.
Yeah, when she was
Which is
being
awesome.
experimented on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, too, I just have to say how conservative her uniform is.
And
or
yet
her
she still
costume.
looks amazing.
Still badass.
She said, I mean, look, Elizabeth Olsen said, please, I don't want my titties hanging out. Please don't do that to me.
Which they didn't need to be. I mean, look
No,
how
they don't.
awesome and badass that looked.
And
It
she still
is
looks sexy.
Yeah.
completely.
Agatha makes the comment, "You don't know what you've done." And Wanda is unfazed. She transforms Agatha back into Agnes, and Agnes resumes the role of the nosy neighbor. And
Awesome.
boy, does Catherine Hahn not miss a beat.
Man.
She just like,
Okie
snap of
dokie,
the-
artichoke.
yeah, snap of the finger. She's right back there. And Wanda traps her in Westview, even though Agatha tells her, like, you're going to need me. And
Know where to find you.
exactly, Wanda goes, and I'll know where to find you. So we may not see the last of her.
Oh, no. No.
I hope not. I wonder if she'll be in the movie.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's definitely coming back. I mean, in the comics, she was her mentor.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
there's some theories out there that says, you know, now that Wanda has like all this magic, that we will probably see Agatha return to help Wanda understand her magic in the multiverse magic that her and Doctor Strange will be dealing with. So,
Right.
Mhm.
so then Wanda returns to her family, and Vision says that he knows that she will set everything right, but not with us. And cue the sadness.
Yep.
Ugh.
And the waterworks.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is where
So
it begins.
this is where it begins. So we see the hex start to shrink, and as things are shrinking, things are returning back to the way they were before. You know, the decor, the facade of the buildings, the signage, everything's going back to before Wanda transformed it all. So, you know, now that Wanda has to set things right, that means she has to say goodbye to her family. So she,
Ugh.
Vision, and the boys go home, and they tuck the boys into bed as the barrier outside gets even closer and smaller. And while Wanda and Vision are saying goodbye to Billy and Tommy, we get a chance to look inside their room. And there's a few notable things, which include a Force poster, which could reference ForceWorks, which is the team that Wanda was on after she left the Avengers.
oh,
Oh,
nice.
okay.
And
Alright.
Wanda and Vision are sitting, you know, one with each of the boys, and they are saying how very proud they are of the boys. And Wanda makes a comment that family is forever and that they could never really leave each other, which I'm really hoping that means that somehow she will find a way to bring them back.
She will.
I hope so.
She will. I got some Marvel news later on at the end.
Okay.
But she's bringing them back. Yeah.
Good. So Wanda says to the boys, you know, boys, thanks for choosing me to be your mom. And then she and Vision go downstairs for yet another goodbye, which
Ugh.
I lost it.
Oh God,
Yep.
I know. Ugh.
And you actually see Vision crying. And that is a direct reference to issue number 58 of the Avengers, which is titled "Even an Android Can Cry," which
Yep.
which in the
I
issue
found that too.
features like a full page picture of Vision with just a single tear.
In the comic 58, the Avengers give him a rousing endorsement particularly citing his heroism and humanity before inducting him into the team. And Vision excuses himself and sheds a single tear.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's where that came from.
he's a good egg.
It really
Yeah.
is.
And he's got awesome arms.
As they were going back into the house and they, go back into normal clothing, I was like, oh man, Nikki's looking at this like, yes, with the tight sweater.
You knew I Of course.
Just watching it, I'm like, oh, Nikki's all excited now.
Of course I was. Man. I was like, honey, can you rewind that again? He's like, what?
I missed something.
I missed some. What's oh, is that something on the house? And he's like, there's nothing on the house. I'm like, no.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
I was like, oh, okay. All right. Can
Thanks.
you rewind it again? I think I saw something in the bushes. He's like, stop it. I know you're looking at him.
Yep.
He normally doesn't care, but when I make him rewind it 2-3 times, then he's like, enough already.
Let's move on now.
While they're downstairs, Vision wants to know before he goes what he is. And when Wanda is saying goodbye to Vision, she explains that you, Vision, are the piece of the Mind Stone that lives in me. You are a body of I think it's better. You are a body of wires and blood and bone that I created. You are my sadness and my hope, but mostly you're my love.
Oh, man. It gives you the feels.
Oh, all the feels.
All the feels. Oh.
Don't make me talk right now.
No, I'm already there.
We're supposed to talk. We have a podcast.
I can't.
You're gonna hear just
Okay.
sniffles.
Yep.
Yes. Everybody?
Okay.
All right.
So when she says that this version of Vision is the part of the Mind Stone that lives in her, and I feel like this is a huge moment for the MCU because even though the Infinity Stones were destroyed, that this means that part of its power will always be with Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big point right there.
Yep. I caught that too.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vision responds and he tries to find the bright side in the darkness of what is shortly to come. And he says, I have been a voice with no body, a body but not human, and now a memory made real. And he goes, who knows what I might be next. And he goes, we have said goodbye before, so it stands to reason. And then Wanda responds, that will say hello again.
Oh, yeah, he's coming back.
And then right before he completely vanishes, he then responds, so long, darling.
Oh, my God.
So I'm not crying, you're crying.
Oh, God.
Yes, I'm crying.
It's so beautiful.
So what I was mentioning before.
That sounds great.
I know, right? This all of WandaVision, the entire series, has been referencing Wanda's 5 stages of grief.
Yes.
So now this is her final stage of acceptance. We've seen her go through denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and then now she is finally accepted.
Acceptance. Very good. Yes.
I'm glad someone has because I haven't.
And as you know, we've all been through those stages, so
yes.
we definitely understand it all too well, unfortunately.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All of us. This year, last couple of years. Isn't that terrible?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep.
Brighter days ahead, ladies. Brighter days ahead.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, you did a good job. I think we did a good job keeping it together.
Wait, but there's more.
I know I'm not there yet.
We're not done. Well, Nikki's making it sound like we're done, but we're not done.
I forgot.
No, we're not done.
No. I mean, that was the hardest part.
It was.
Yes.
And
Definitely.
I think even though the three of us are crying,
This is how dedicated we are. Okay.
so dedicated
Right?
we are. We put ourselves through,
Put our
emotional.
emotions. Yes.
put our
on the line.
emotions on our sleeves. Whew. All right.
All right. So the barrier arrives and it restores everything to where it was before. Wanda's world-changing burst of grief. And it is shown leaving her standing in the middle of her plot of land alone. She starts walking through town and notices that everyone is staring at her.
Mm-hmm.
And as she gets to the center of town to meet Monica, who's so understanding, she acknowledges just how much she hurt the people of Westview by losing control and controlling them. And then Wanda asks Monica, if she hates her. And Monica said, given the situation and the power that she has, that she would bring her mom back, which who wouldn't bring back someone they've lost?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
it's a really real question,
Yep.
where I don't know that many people would answer differently.
Right.
And so Wanda apologizes for all the pain that she's caused. And she says, I don't understand this power, but I will. And she tells Monica, that's the last thing she tells to Monica right before the sword cavalry arrives. And Monica wishes her good luck. And then we see Wanda flying out of Westview and the credits start rolling.
So I have a question. As Wanda's walking away in Westview and everybody's staring at her, do you think that this is a setup of how humanity
is going to view her?
Well, not just her, but she's kind of the liaison to opening up to the X-Men or the mutants, right? So do you think that that's just a setup of how much humanity's going to hate the mutants because of what she did?
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Maybe. Yeah. I
That
was
they're
thinking
always
about
going to
that.
reference that.
Right. Oh, she's a mutant.
Look at what she did.
Look what she
Right.
did.
Look what she's capable of doing.
Right.
Yeah. It's a good point. I think that you're correct.
Just something.
Now they have to deal with not only superheroes coexisting with them. Now it's mutants and other types of people.
aliens and
Everybody.
Right. Exactly.
So the credits start rolling, and in true Marvel fashion, there are post-credit scenes.
Oh,
So
boy. This is a good one.
Post-credit scene number 1, we see Monica complimenting Jimmy Woo on taking control of the scene as he's kind of coordinating, the recon efforts in Westview. And we see Hayward, Director Douche, being escorted away in handcuffs thanks to Darcy.
Justice.
And
He'll be back. He'll be back.
I know, but glad to see him leave. As we see all that, an agent walks up and asks to speak to Monica. And they go inside the movie theater, and the agent reveals herself to be a Skrull. And not just that, but one who was sent by an old friend of her mother's to set up a meeting. And when Monica asks where the meeting might happen, the Skrull agent points up and Monica smiles.
So I got a little tidbit for you.
Mhm.
So when Monica's walking to the movie theater for her secret rendezvous, on the marquee of the Cornet Theater, it says Tannhauser Gate, which is a direct reference to the Tears and Rain monologue in Blade Runner. Did you ever see Blade Runner?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. It's a masterpiece. 1982. It's a sci-fi flick. It is a masterpiece. Okay. Love it. Learn it. Read it. Love it. Learn it. Absorb it. It's good. Even if you're not a sci-fi fan, it is such a wonderful book. But it's a wonderful movie too. So there's this actor, Rutger Hauer, plays this like cyborg, not cyborg, but like this, not necessarily a robot either, but this entity named Roy Batty, and he's about to die. He has to he'll reboot like every 4 years. He dies and then comes back again because he's a machine, right? So there's this sad, it's such a beautiful like 2-sentence monologue about the things that he has seen because he's about to die, about the things he's seen in his short life, and like watching sea beams glitter in the dark near Tannhauser Gate. So they're just paying an homage to Blade Runner, one of the greatest sci-fi flicks to ever be made, ever. And that's where Tannhauser Gate comes from that quote in that movie. And then there was the comic book adaptation had Roy flying ships with Russians near Tannhauser Gate. But that's the only time Tannhauser Gate was ever mentioned in that movie, was during Roy's death monologue. So I was so excited. I guess I'm more excited about that.
I'm glad you picked up on that.
Right.
I'm more excited about it because I grew up with this movie, and it's one of those movies that you just always like, I don't know. You have that family movie that you watch, or you have not necessarily a family movie, but that movie that you just watch over and over again. Goodfellas is like that for me too. I can recite it back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
I could, Blade Runner, Caddyshack, Animal House, Young Frankenstein. There are movies that I have seen literally hundreds of times, and this is one of them. And I'm up there. I'm like, did that say Tannhauser Gate? We put the fun in dysfunctional? What? It's like, oh, I gotta tell the girls about this, and I just caught it.
Hey, I'm glad you picked that up.
Yeah,
I just caught it the other day when I was watching it. I'm like, holy
awesome.
shit! Yeah.
So kind of a little analysis of what just transpired. So apparently Nick Fury wants Monica to visit him in space, which is where we last saw him at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home. It's also worth pointing out that WandaVision takes place about 6 months or so before that movie, supposedly, in the whole lineup of everything.
Oh, okay.
And then we see more credits. And again, in true Marvel fashion, we have post-credit scene number 2. So yeah, we see Wanda hanging out in a remote mountainous location, which is Mount Wangador, which is the place where Marvel Comics say that Wanda and Pietro were born. And it is a place that continues to loom large in the Scarlet Witch history. Her wooden shack that we see her in is inspired by Boba's home at the base of the mountain, as seen in Vision and Scarlet Witch issue number 4.
Oh boy. Okay.
Ooh.
And so inside, Wanda gets up from the porch and goes inside. And while she's making a cup of tea in some awfully cozy sweats, might I add.
Right?
Like,
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, man, if I could quarantine there, I'd be okay. I wouldn't be going through a mental breakdown every week.
Exactly.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Nope.
So while she goes to make the cup of tea, we see a second Wanda, which is in full Scarlet Witch mode, floating in the air, studying the Darkhold, and then we hear the voices of Billy and Tommy crying out for help, which some possibly think that they're crying out for help from maybe a multiverse.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, they are.
So that definitely makes you think that they're alive, or is someone trying to like bait her.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was just gonna say.
Oh,
I read that
I
too.
didn't think about that.
that might be like Mephisto or something, or someone like that,
Yeah.
trying to bait her into something
Going
terrible.
to them or trying to like seek them out.
Right.
I definitely thought that this meant that she's going to try to bring them back, which
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
who the fuck
Yay.
wouldn't? Because I would.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Well, I read that the two actors who play Billy and Tommy, they on their Instagram, they were posting pictures saying how they were in London, and which is where the multiverse of madness is being filmed in London. So
Mm.
rumor has
Was that
it,
your do?
Marvel news. Yes, that was my Marvel news. And then and so here's the bigger news, that it's also rumored, quote unquote rumored, that the boys have signed on through all of the phase 4, so they age up into the young Avengers.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yep.
That'd be cool.
So they will be the same actors to portray themselves in
That's
6-7 years.
that's a
Nice.
sweet ass gig to land.
Right?
Right?
When you're 10 years, when you're 10 fucking years old.
Right?
Well, college is paid for.
Shit.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
right? Damn.
Must be nice. No, good for
Mhm.
them. That's how the last episode ends.
Ah!
However, in the actual credits, they give Paul Bettany 2 credit slots. They credit
What?
him. Yeah, so they credit him as Vision.
Oh,
they
and then White
also
Vision,
credit
right?
him as the Vision. And I read that that is a reference to, and I know I've specifically said it because I've been delving into the comics, but that is a reference to the 2 comic miniseries that kept popping up as a reoccurring theme in almost every flippin' episode, which was
Mhm.
the miniseries Vision and Scarlet Witch from 1982, and then
oh yeah,
the 1985 12-issue miniseries titled The Vision and Scarlet Witch.
oh man,
So they definitely thought that one out as a cool little
yeah,
nod.
they did. You
Yeah.
think?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool. I didn't notice that.
Wow, that was a good one. That was a really good one.
That's all I got. That's it. That's all she wrote.
Yay!
Fantastic! Oh, I'm so proud of you. You did a great job.
That was a tough
Yeah,
one.
girly.
I'm not gonna lie. That was a
Yep.
tough one.
Oh my god,
Yes.
especially after we broke down.
Yeah. Even
We're
recapping
human.
it, I felt like I could have spent 4 hours on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
had 5 pages of notes, but
Yeah.
I wanted to give the detail, but I didn't want to give every detail because we'd be here for 4 hours.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie, it was a tough one.
I have
great.
some answers for some clarified questions from last week. Did the blue light, one of the questions from last week was, did the blue light or the blue glow, whatever, in the hex represent the Mind Stone? Reddit, of course, is where I find these assholes on Reddit. I can't stand them. Why do I go there? They're my peeps. That's why, because they're like me. They're like, I'm not judgy. It's a judge-free zone. Meanwhile, they're like, you're a dick nut, just like me. This is why I love it. So Reddit says, we're right. Most likely, yes, it is representing the Mind Stone because the Mind Stone is within Wanda, or it could be just like how Monica's eyes change color with the different energy that she's absorbing. It could be one of those things too, where like whatever's penetrating or coming out of it, the hex will change its color to that energy. But I did not find a definitive answer. I thought those two were some good answers. And then next one, what does 2011 EKH mean? Still don't know. Still don't know.
Nope.
Did director Douche edit the footage of Wanda with Vision? Yes, he did. They never say it outright, but
It's implied.
It's implied. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, which leads me to questions for clarity. We have so many more questions after we just answered a shit ton of questions,
I
right?
know we did answer so many, but
Right.
Like, will phase 4 revolve around the Darkhold now? Since now we know the Darkhold is there and she has it, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be.
I think yes.
Yeah. Will Agatha come back as a mentor figure for Wanda?
I think yes.
I think yes.
Yeah. Where did White Vision go? And especially, where did he go without Sword knowing about it?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. You know?
Because they have a tracker on him. So he's got to be somewhere.
Right.
They got to know where he is.
Yeah. Is Agent, here's a question. Is Agent Cliff anyone to watch out for? You know how he said he called
Yeah, I
Agent
don't
Cliff?
know. I tried to find if there was any Cliff mention in anything, and it wasn't. I mean, there was a character, but it wasn't anyone of substantiation in any sort of comic or future movie role. So I don't know that it's. I don't know. I don't know that it's a big detail or not.
Mm-hmm.
So final thoughts, ladies? Anything?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Final thought. It was a roller coaster, but I was happy to be on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Glad you started this for sure.
I am so glad. Yeah. I have a couple final thoughts. Number one, I think the mailman or the delivery man, I think he is Jimmy's witness. Hear me out.
Okay.
Ooh.
Because he says, don't shoot me. I'm just the messenger. And he's always where he shouldn't be, listening to conversations he shouldn't be listening to.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Something to keep in the back of the old noggin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that was the only thing. Other than that, I think it's just a great show. I mean, I can't remember the last time I watched a series that made me want to watch it week to week like this.
Right.
Or on the edge rewatch it.
Oh, rewatch it.
I've never rewatched anything.
And rewatch it. And rewatch it. And rewatch it. Well, I'm a big
and overanalyze it.
Well, that's just how we do. But and there's just the level of detail throughout the entire show was just spectacular.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yes.
Right?
To the minute details,
minute. And then the acting is phenomenal. The entire series was just
amazing.
It's just sad that it was titled the series finale.
Well, it was a jumping board, right?
Yeah.
They had to go big. They had to go big or go home because this is the first thing for phase 4.
Right. And this is the segue into it. I don't think we ever expected it to be like a long lasting series because they can do so much more, so many bigger things just using this, like Nikki said, as a jumping board.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm definitely sad to see it go.
It was smart. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I love you all. That was a good episode.
Oh my God.
You guys
thank you for listening to our WandaVision series.
Yeah, you stuck with us 9 episodes.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, listeners.
Find us wherever you listen to podcasts. Our sites are Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, YouTube, and Anchor.
And real quick, I want to say thank you for listening to us 3 broads who decided to do this on a fucking whim.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I appreciate you.
All 7 subscribers.
Yeah,
we're
right.
Up to yeah, Jamie, we're up to 7 subscribers
now.
now.
That's fantastic. As I said, thanks for sticking with us.
Right. We hope you like it. Obviously you do, because you keep coming back.
And we appreciate you.
Aww.
We're doing all of this for you.
Wow.
For us.
It's fun. Gives us a reason to shoot the shit.
You brighten up our days.
Yes.
For sure.
Give us something to look forward to.
Definitely.
So So thankful.
Yes. Especially in this crazy world right now.
Oh man. Yeah.
It's a good outlet.
Yes.
This is a fantastic outlet. I don't know about you ladies, but I feel like so much happier and like I have something to look forward to.
Yes.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right, ladies.
It's bedtime.
It's bedtime. All right.
It is.
You know what I'd like? I'd like all of you guys to like us,
Love us.
Follow us
rate us,
Review us.
and subscribe to us.
and one more thing. I love you.
Love you.
I love you.
3,000.
Oh, ladies.
All right. Marvel news. Reggae Jean Page may be the next Marvel big star. Let me tell you, worlds are colliding, and I am here for it.
I am too. Well, so like I said, I responded to you. Like I saw that and I was like, oh, I gotta send that out. Like I can't wait. I had to send it out now.
Well, that's why like some of the memes, like I'm flipping through and I find it and I was like, no, it's too late to send. I can't do it.
Oh,
I'll just save it in my camera roll until I like go back and find and be like, oh yeah, I wanted to send this to you guys.
Yeah, I'm the same way, except for that one couldn't wait.
No, that one I'm glad.
That was
you
a
said.
nice surprise that I woke up to though, this morning.
Exactly, right?
It was
It was
that was
such a lovely
a bright
surprise.
spot
So-
in my morning.
Man, look at him. He's just. They better let him get naked. That's all I'm saying.
Agreed.
They better let him get naked. Oh,
Nothing we
'Cause-
never saw before.
Yeah,
though.
but we need more.
we need
Well,
more of that. That curve of his
Yes.
butt. You know the little dimples in his butt on the
No.
sides where it meets his hip. Oh
No.
God. She's like, well, can I get this? And it was Ran the Last Dragon toy. And I'm like, no, that's $25. That's too much. She goes, but it's $5 more. I'm like, and it's too much.
Gave you a limit.
Well,
Yeah.
well, first of all, me over here, like I'm fucking money bags, giving each of my kid a $20 fucking limit. Like, what the fuck am I doing?
Right. That's Grandma and
mom-
Grandpa's job.
Right? My limit when I was a kid was $1, like you, Liz,
Me. Yep.
with
That
your
was me.
your dollar Barbie dresses.
Yes. Yes.
I just knew better. I never
And-
asked for anything.
And I never had Ken dolls because then that would be a different outfit and like other
You
accessories for that.
Yeah,
so all I
yeah.
had were Barbies. I didn't have any Kens.
I had one Ken doll and he had rollerblades and the rollerblades moved and like if you went fast enough little sparks would come off of
Oh my
them.
God.
That is awesome.